Hey, it's your girl Tiffany Pierce Ross. I'm back with another video. This time this video is going to be on how to make an apple pie. I haven't made one of these in a very long time, so why not do it now? This is what you're going to need. As you can see in my ingredients, I had 3 different apples. I know one was a Granny Smith and the other 2 were red. I don't know what kind they are, I just know they're apples. But all you want to do is just kind of slice them up like this. Slice them up. And what I'm going to do is put them on the stove. So my butter has melted. Now I'm just going to add my apples. Dropped a few of them. Now I need a spoon here. And I'm just going to allow my apples to mix in a little bit with this butter. Now, be mindful that when you sit your apples out in the air, they're going to start to brown. So if you have some lemon juice, sprinkle you a little bit of lemon juice on it to keep your apples from browning. Alright. To this, we're going to add our sugar. Now I'm going to do about 1.5 cups of sugar. Now my 1/2 cup is brown sugar, so I'm going to add that in. And my 1 cup is regular white sugar. I'm going to add that in as well. I'm going to add my seasonings. Now, I like to add the same seasonings that I use for my sweet potato pie. So, I have ginger, nutmeg, and cinnamon. I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of each. Maybe about a full teaspoon of the cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of the ginger and the nutmeg. I'm just going to kind of mix that around a little bit. This again, it's all in what you like, what you taste. So if you feel it necessary, dip your little spoon in and taste it and make sure it's seasoned to your liking. You might need to add sugar or add the seasoning, whichever one you prefer. But I think the amount I gave you should be good enough. So what I'm going to do now is just take this off my burner. And now, just in case you want, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. Tablespoons now. 1, 2, 3. Now this is going to help to make our filling thick. It's going to thicken it up. So we're just going to, again, mix this around. Now I'm just going to show you what this looks like. And as you can see, there's our mix. And now we're going to put it in our lovely pie crust. But before you do that, go ahead and preheat your oven on 350 because we're going to use it on a 350 set, and then we're going to let it bake for about 45 minutes. So next thing to do is to pour this mixture in our pie crust. Apples in here. And the next thing that you're going to want to do, if you want to do it, is create a lattice top. And the lattice top is basically like the little basket top. You can be creative with it, or you can just lay your strips, whatever you choose. But in order to do that, you're going to need this. And this is a roll, just a regular roll of dough. But let you see how this looks. See that? Don't that look good, y'all? Looks wonderful. But anyway, to create that lattice top, moving around apples. Like I said, you take your pie crust out. You can use these at any store, any grocery store, Food Line, or whatever. You're gonna need, of course, a cutting board. And what you need to do is unroll it. If you have a pie cutter, you can use a pie cutter. If not, use a knife. I have my little pizza cutter. Still got water on it. But I'm just going to cut some vertical slices. You can go horizontally or vertical, however you choose about. Now, what you're going to do is just take and lay it on the pie. So what I just did was I laid these strips, broke a piece, strips like this vertically on my pie, which I will insert a picture and show you how it looks. Now what I'm going to do is go back and lay them horizontally. Here's what it looks like. And the next thing you want to do, because your dough pieces are going to overlap, you're just going to take a knife and cut off your extra pieces. Okay, now our pie is ready for the oven. Your oven should have been preheating on 350, and if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and do it on 350 because this is gonna bake for about 45 to 50 minutes. Now this next step is optional. You don't have to do it, but if you want your pie crust to have that golden brown shiny look, then this is what you want to do. Take an egg and beat it. Make sure that you beat it pretty good. And what you're going to do is, if you have a brush or whatever you have, take and do an egg wash across the top of your pie crust. Make sure you go around the edges too. Now I have my pie sitting on one of those pizza pans for the oven. They work perfectly for pies. So that's what I have my little pie thing sitting on. I'm going to show you. See? I have it sitting on that. But anyway, we've done our egg wash. If you want to, you can sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon on the top if you like. I'm not going to. And then next you want to do is cover your pie crust. Make a covering around the edges, and you can also cover the top if you want to. Don't cover it tightly, but on the last 15 minutes of your baking, remove any aluminum foil. Y'all, it's been exactly 45 minutes, and here's our pie. I made sure that I took the aluminum foil off of it for the last 15 minutes, and it's browned some to my liking, and as you can see, it looks wonderful. Now, the reason why I told you to put your pie on a pan is because of the filling spilling out, and as you can see, oops, sorry, around that area, the filling has spilled out. But other than that, your pie is ready to eat. Let it cool for a few, and then you can serve. Alright, you guys, peace.